Today on Focus, I sit down with Dr. Lee Bacheldor, River District Hospital's Chief Medical Officer, to discuss some big changes coming to the hospital. Then find out about SC4's new health science building coming to the campus in the fall of 2019. And finally, hear music from the Revivors, an acoustic duo with the local roots. That's next on Focus.
For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, joining us now from St. John River District Hospital is the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. H. Lee Bacheldor. Welcome back to the Focus Show, sir. Thought it was important that we get you in to discuss lots of things that have been in the press and on social media. Lots of rumors going on about the hospital, and we thought we'll get the Chief Medical Officer to come in and talk to us about just exactly what's happening.
Well, good. Thank you for the opportunity, Paul.
Where are we at? What's the future look like?
So we are still an acute care hospital. We are still there. We still have all of our services. We still have our emergency room, our radiology, imaging services, surgery, and inpatient care.
Okay.
We recently went through a right sizing, so to speak, and it's happening all across the country.
It really is, isn't it?
Healthcare is changing. Healthcare change is kind of the word for healthcare. 85% of healthcare is delivered in the outpatient setting, not in the inpatient setting. And so across the country, we're seeing people not being admitted to the hospital, probably accredited to the fine care that physicians are providing to their patients. So they're becoming healthier. We're getting on top of some of those chronic illnesses. We have different ways to treat those chronic illnesses in the outpatient setting, so people really aren't getting admitted to the hospital.
So in the old days, you'd go in for whatever, a bad cold or for a little surgery, you might be there 3 or 4 days. And now, you'll go home the same day.
You go in
Many cases.
You go in for a heart attack, you were there for 30 days sometimes.
Yeah, right.
You know, now you go in for open heart surgery and you're out in 4 days. So it really has changed. Gallbladder surgeries, abdominal surgeries, a lot of those have been done in the outpatient realm, meaning you go in one day and you're out either that night or the next day, you're back home again. They're now not pushing to do, but they've made advances so they can do outpatient orthopedic surgeries, knee replacements and hip replacements. They have to select those people right and make sure that they have the resources at home that they can, and make sure that we have the resources we can bring into the home. But there's been a lot of advancements made, so people really don't need to stay in the hospital.
Which means that there's open beds, which means you better get the right size to your hospital or you're not going to be around.
Correct. Correct. And so there's a lot of excess bed capacity throughout the country, and that's a term that a lot of administrators use. And so everybody's kind of looking at and changing and figuring out how they're going to fit in. Now, we're a small community hospital. We've always been a small community hospital. We take care of the bread and butter health issues very well. And we have that connection with a level 1 trauma center with all the specialty care at St. John Hospital Medical Center, and also Macomb Hospital, Providence, and Providence Park Hospital. And by the way, Providence Park Hospital just got top 100 hospital for their 10th year in a row.
Marvelous.
So we're affiliated with some great institutions. So, you come into our ER, if you're having an acute stroke, we have that stroke robot. People get on, they get on the robot right away. They talk to the neurologists and the interventional neurosurgeons, and if there's an opportunity to do something right away to help recover and protect that brain, they're able to do that. And we can send them to different facilities to do some amazing things now.
Talk to me about the maternity ward. You're going to make some changes there.
Yes, so we've invested some money into the hospital to kind of, as we said, right size our hospital. So we still have an OB ward, and we provide, OB care to those underprivileged persons in the county. So we're making our OB unit, which is a big, spacious, really nice unit.
Yeah, it is.
But we're kind of making that into one whole unit for the hospital, and it gives us some economies of scale. So we're going to have both on one half, and it will be separated. So one half will be the the acute care services, the medical surgical patients. The other half will be the OB patients. So then we'll be able to share some staff, so that'll help us with some economies of scale.
What would the you said critical care, but it's all pertaining to maternity.
Right. So we don't have that's medical surgical care.
Okay.
So our ICU, which really was kind of a step down ICU, has gone away. When people need to be in an ICU, they're really sick nowadays. Especially people who need to be admitted to the hospital, they're really sick. So, you know, we really had an ICU that was functioning more as like a step-down unit. So we can still provide some of those for services at the hospital, but when you really need intensive care, you need to be in a facility that has a physician and staff, you know, medical staff and physicians there staffing it 24 hours a day. There's been a push for a long period of time to make sure that ICUs function in that way. So we're affiliated with St. John Hospital and Macomb Hospital, which both have great ICUs and do great care of patients.
Okay. Operating room will stay pretty much the same. You got the lab, the radiology, the physical therapy, all those things will still be around.
Everything is still there. We're still open for business. We're just kind of right-sizing ourselves to what we've seen over the past year. Everybody's doing that, even in industry. If you talk to folks in industry, they go through this sometimes more frequently than we do. You know, just looking at, you know, what they've done over the past and how are they making sure that they're right-sized to what they're serving.
The hospital has had such great history here in the Blue Water area. Mm-hmm. It was originally, as you mentioned, a community hospital and was funded by taxes from the municipalities from St. Clair down to Algonac.
Yep.
And
seven different communities, you know, gave tax dollars, and then St. John Providence, which was Ascension now, bought it out 10 years ago.
And that was great because you added all that support from a larger institution.
Correct.
And that's still going to be with you.
Right, right. And those are things that we gain some, you know, expertise. We get our emergency room is staffed by board-certified emergency physicians, which are, you know, affiliated also with St. John Hospital Medical Center, so they work at both places. They have great relationships with all the specialists down there, so that helps us out. You know, St. John Providence is really committed to staying in the community. They are now looking for property in the county to build an outpatient center. They want to build in the southern part of the county.
Oh, really?
An outpatient center which has primary care, specialty care, and other ancillary services. So they're in the process of doing that right now. So they do have a commitment to the people in southern St. Clair County.
You have an outpatient clinic on Fredmore Highway in St. Clair.
Correct.
This one the one you're talking about would be similar, or?
It's going to be probably bigger. It'll probably be a bigger service facility, getting more primary care in the southern end of the county, and also some specialty care, and bring some of those specialists up from down south.
You know, when you look at Algonac, they've got a choice. They can come north to River District Hospital, or they can go a long, long, long way into 94 from Algonac. So it's critical to have services in that area for those people.
Yeah. Yep. So contrary to what's on social media, we're not going away.
Good.
We're there. We're here to stay.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. H. Lee Bacheldor, Chief Medical Officer of St. John River District Hospital, plan on staying. We like to hear that news.
Good. Thank you, Paul.
We'll be right back. Next up, we've got a review of one of the great facilities in St. Clair County, and in fact, the thumb of Michigan. We're going to talk about St. Clair County Community College. The admissions director, Mr. Thomas Kephart, is joining us today.
Thank
Jessica
you, Paul.
Stewart, one of the admission reps, and the world-famous Paul Costanza down on the end here. Welcome, gang.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for
Tom,
having
nice
us.
to see you. Welcome back to the CTV studios where you did your early blossoming.
Appreciate it. Yes, I spent a number of hours in here.
And everyone a joy.
Everyone a joy,
Everyone
absolutely.
a joy. This green screen over here used to be your home, and we did a big show called Pen and Stage.
Pen and Stage.
Pen and Stage.
It's a lot of
There's
fun.
still people calling in every week. To know
Where's Pen and Stage?
Pen and Stage?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have to start it again.
There you go. I like that idea. Talk to me about St. Clair County Community College. What's going on?
Well, we've got a couple of big construction projects going on that are impacting our work that we do with admissions and recruitment. The one that's going to get finished here this summer and fall is our new student housing, the first student housing that SC4 has ever had. We're calling it the Dock.
Good name.
The old motel that was right there on Huron Avenue, sort of kitty quarter from McMorran, and it's going to have capacity for 80 students.
Wow.
We already have about 200 people on a waiting list, so we think we're not going to have any problem filling that.
Drove by the other day, and they are really moving along.
Yeah, it's looking good. And we're excited about it because it lets us kind of expand our reach out into Sanilac County, Huron County, because now students coming from those areas, and there will be some students obviously from St. Clair County as well. But you know, they know that we're running it, we own it, just like going to a dorm if you were going to a four-year school. It's dependable, and the other nice thing for the students that are outside, like Sanilac, Huron County, if they're living in Port Huron, they're in-district residents then also. So the tuition rate is beneficial to them.
Wow. So even though I might be out of district and I'm from Bad Axe, if I move to the dorm, I'm then in district?
In district, yep.
Wow, that's pretty unique, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it gives us an advantage up there. Jessica does a lot of our traveling up there, and in that area we're competing with Delta College.
Okay.
If they're looking to go to a community college, and some of them will go to Mid-Michigan, but none of them have that kind of an arrangement, so it's really made a difference.
Advantageous.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jessica, how long you been at the college?
I've been at the college for about 4 years.
Great little place.
I love it. I'm actually an alumni as well. I
Good.
attended SC4 before going to Western Michigan University. So.
Okay. And Paul, you were with the Times Herald for a long time.
I was.
And now you walk down the street,
I
across
did.
the river,
Yeah.
to a great establishment. What are you doing? You're at admissions as a representative too.
Yeah, I am. I got to SC4 a little more than 2 years ago, and it's been amazing. Still working with, I mean, really high school kids a lot. So
Yeah.
that kind of seems to be my bread and butter right now.
Well, that's good. We got a picture up, Tom. What is this picture?
That picture is a rendering of what's currently the A.J. Tyson building on the Black River. We got a project approved, a capital improvements project with the state budget. So we are going to be completely renovating that building. It's going to become our health services building.
Okay.
So all of the current programs, and it'll give us the opportunity to expand, add some other programs that are in demand. The hospitals in the area, I know you just had the guest talking about River District,
Right.
but you know, McLaren in Port Huron, there's just a huge demand. They're calling and they're saying, you know, we could use people in this particular area, like respiratory therapy or surgical technology. So, you know, can you guys offer that type of a program? And right now, we just don't have the facilities to do that. So this project, which should begin this summer and be open in the fall of 2019, will give us the space to be able to do that kind of expanding. Will you be taking
an existing facility down to do this?
We are, yes. This building right now primarily has computer science classes in it, and those will be moving to basically the space that the current health services, where the nursing program classrooms are, and possibly other places. That's not, you know, set in stone yet. But everything, all the labs, the classrooms for those programs will all be in one place when this facility opens in 2019.
Pretty cool. The funding was from the politicians, Pavlo, Lowers, Anderson, and Hornberger.
Yeah, a lot of support from them to make this possible. The whole project is just under $10 million, and the state is funding half of it. So
that's wonderful.
About $4.9 million.
So you have a fundraising drive going on to pay for the rest of it?
We have some capital funds that we already had, that the long-term plan, those funds had been, you know, set aside for this type of a project.
Oh,
so
good.
We've had some very, I'm not sure about all of the funding on it. The dorm project, we had a unique partner with that, the Community Foundation. Actually issued our mortgage on that and gave us the loan to get that project going.
They're a good backer.
They are, and they saw it, and the business people in downtown Port Huron are very excited about it, because now there's going to be, you know, 80 students who are down there all the time, and so we're working on a food service arrangement with the restaurants. You know, basically like a card that they can go in and get a meal. And
so, like it'll be like many college campuses. There won't necessarily be a cafeteria on the facility itself, but you'll have availability of quality food all over downtown.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and in fact, I think the picture that's up there right now, that's the common area in the dorm, and it does have a couple of oven range, couple of refrigerator in there, so the students, they won't have kitchens in their rooms, but they'll have this common area, so if they do want to do some cooking themselves,
Some nice views
they can do
of
that.
Main Street.
Yep,
Nice.
that'll look right out onto Huron Avenue.
Okay. All right, now Paul and Jessica, talk to me about education at SC4. Why should I go to SC4 if I'm a high school graduate or beyond?
We talk a lot to students when we're out as Tom had mentioned, Huron and Tuscola and Sanilac, about the value of SC4. And really we talk a lot about the Michigan Transfer Agreement, which allows students to earn 30 credits at a community college, and the savings is about 70% over what they would be spending at a four-year university. So we really touch a lot on value of the quality of the education, and then of course the quality of the education. We can offer a 19-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio.
Wow.
Which is amazing, especially when we're talking about expanding our reach to some schools like CPS or up in Pigeon to the Lakers. It makes it an easier transition when you're talking about coming from a very small school to a 19-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio rather than a big giant lecture hall with 3 other students. So we do talk a lot about the value, the quality of education, the instructors who are currently out in the workforce. Our nursing instructors are nurses, our graphic design instructors are graphic designers. So we talk a lot also about the quality of the instructors as well.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And one of the keys to that Michigan Transfer Agreement, because historically, not currently, but numbers of years ago, it was always a nightmare and a headache to try and transfer those kinds of things. So that's been eliminated. That's been solved.
It's very streamlined with the Michigan Transfer Agreement. It is an agreement that has literally been signed by public universities and some private colleges in Michigan that state they will take those 30 credits that the student earned at the community college level and bring them in as general education courses towards their bachelor's degree. So it has definitely been streamlined.
The young man, Jared Forbes, that's directing this show is at SC4, and he's going to be transferring, and he's been there for 2 years, and he loves SC4 and is really happy about the rate that he's paying for some classes compared to what he would be paying elsewhere in the state.
Absolutely.
So.
And staying that second year, the MTA is designed to cover about a 1-year full-time student, but staying that second year, gaining that degree is only going to be beneficial in the transfer and the savings of money, but also allowing the student to have a credential and potentially go out and work entry level in the field that they eventually want to get that bachelor's degree and go into.
Mr. Costanza, talk to me. Tell me about why it's good to be at SC4.
Well, one of the great things that I see, because I do a lot of campus tours, is the facilities that we have on campus. And when people get a chance to see them, I think they're really impressed with what we offer them. We've talked about the health sciences building and what that's going to be, but already the health science simulation lab, we have a mother, she's a mannequin, who will give birth. And there's 3 baby mannequins in there that our nursing students are learning on. And when you take prospective students into these places, they get to see the type of technology that they'll be working on. And they're really impressed with what is available for them at SC4. And it's not just that. Our engineering technology labs, our students are working on robots and little microcontrollers, and they're doing all sorts of amazing things, 3D printers. So whatever field that you're going into, we can get you that hands-on experience just with the facilities that we have right there in Port Huron.
As an old sports reporter,
Yes.
You must really enjoy the new field house.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Talk to me about that, too.
It's pretty incredible. It's obviously the court is amazing, and going from our old gym to what we have now, it's leaps and bounds different. It's the Dale Voss, our athletic director, says it all the time. It's the best junior college facility in the state of Michigan and probably the Midwest. And now we have the walking track there as well, and of course the fitness center up on the second level that our students can use for free. So it really is a great facility, and it allows us to host great events too. We're hosting the first round of the national tournament in basketball this weekend. And we're trying to get in the full national tournament for either basketball or volleyball as well. And then we hosted a 32-team basketball showcase for high schools over the winter break. So there's just so many possibilities. There's going to be a middle school wrestling tournament. They're going to combine the BWAC and the St. Clair area leagues for the first time ever at SC4 on St. Patrick's Day. So just a lot of great things that can happen in that facility.
And what that does is get kids on campus that maybe never have ever been to SC4.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there will be people who will come into my office or into Jessica's office, and a lot of times you'll ask them, have you been to campus before? It's like, well, yeah, I was at the field house. I went to my son or my little brother played in the middle school tournament or something like that. So it's a way to
fits together.
Yeah, it's a way to get them on campus and really connect with the community outside of just our students.
Right.
Yeah, there's a definite excitement about what's going on. What students tell us is they want to have a real college experience, and that's why a lot of students won't consider the community college even once they've heard the cost savings, and of course that's a huge thing for families these days.
More for mom and dad than the kids.
Yeah, I mean they don't necessarily, they're not adding it up, right? When we go out and we talk to students and parents, and sometimes they don't even know the cost difference. I had a mom last year come up to me after I did a presentation, and I showed the little stacks of money slide of how much difference it is. And she said, there's got to be a mistake on that slide. I said, what do you mean? She goes, I thought it was just the same. I mean, if my kid went to Michigan State, it was going to be the same as if they went to SC4.
I
said, no, ma'am, it's not. It's not even close. And so literally, I mean, if you want to get a one-year certificate, you want to get a degree, you want to just get started because you know you're going to transfer, it really doesn't matter. We can get you started. It's the best place to get started.
Right. Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that it's here, SC4, and it's continuing, and it's growing, and like you said, the new residence halls and the new medical facilities that'll just keep adding great things to SC4.
Yeah.
Mr. Kephart, Director
Thank you,
of
Paul.
Admissions. Jessica,
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Mr. Costanza, nice to finally meet you. That's the information that you required about SC4. We'll be back with more in just a second. We've got a real treat for you today on the Focus program. We have the opportunity to get some local musicians together and feature them on this edition of the Focus program. The Revivors have been around St. Clair County for a couple years, and they are Mr. Brandon Pavlo, we'll shake one more time, and Mr. Todd Armstrong. Nice to see you both. And once in a while, you've got a fellow who used to work here by the name of Trevor Halawati. Yes. I just like to say that name, Trevor Halawati, joining you on the drums. But talk to me about the Revivors, where you've worked, how long you've been together, that kind of good stuff.
We've been together, I think 13 was the first time we started playing.
13 years old?
Yes, 13 years old. It was the first time me and him started playing together, and it was actually down in our friend John, who was the bassist in the band, his basement, and that's kind of where we started, as like a basement band. It was me, Todd, and John. We actually played at the middle school talent show as 7th graders.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Took second place, not too shabby, but that kind of gave us confidence as 13, 14-year-olds, and we kind of grew on that, and Todd and I have been doing this for, I think the duo's been going for about 6 years now.
Okay, you are now at Michigan State University in your second year. Mm-hmm. Todd, you are where?
Just working locally.
Just working your way?
Working on music.
Working on music.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a new album coming out?
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, we're recording right now ourselves. We're handling all the recording and production and trying to put on a full album with about 10 or 12 songs. Hopefully a release date in May or June. So.
Is it all original material?
Oh, yeah, all original. All original.
Wow, correct. Very cool. What kinds of music? Is it hard rock? Is it
we got our roots in a lot of classic rock, so it's going to be a little country rock, folk rock, some alternative, newer sounding stuff too that we're trying to work into. So
it's a little
bit of everything. Yeah.
Why don't you guys play a song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk for a second about where you're going to be this summer and where people can see you.
Absolutely.
Okay? The Revivors. Revivors.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The title of this song is Would You Please Let Me Know. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've bbeen running this old paved path far, far too long, living life and soaking up lessons that make me strong. Time has come in this man's life where change is overdue. Gambling all I got ain't much of a crazy thing to do. Grateful for all I've got and opportunities given. Please don't take it the wrong way when I say that I am leaving. Dipping my toes, pointing my nose in a new direction, and I can't simply get my feet wet. I've got to dive on in. Would you please let me know if we've been here before, down this long and twisted road? Would you please let me know? Here we are, the time has passed and still we carry on, held together piece by piece by the love that makes us strong. But if I say it's time to leave, would you not tag along? 'Cause that's all I need to know. Would you please let me know if we've been here before, down this long and twisted road? Would you please let me know? Oh, you gotta let me know, 'cause I can do this on my own. Ooh, it goes to show some things in life aren't as fair as chasing your dreams. Would you please let me know if we've been here before? Would you please let me know if we've been here before, down this long and twisted road? Would you please let me know? Would you please let me know if we've been here before, down this long and twisted road? Would you please let me know?
Small audience here in the control room, but thank you so much. That was a great song. What was the name of it again?
Would you please let me know?
And that'll be on the album.
That'll be the first song on the album. Oh yeah.
Let's talk about your summer this 2018. Where you're going to be, where you're going to appear, and where people can come and see you.
Well, we're working on it right now. With me, I do most of the booking. So this year, I tried to get to everyone a little early, try to balance college and everything. And last year, we really made it. We wanted to see how much we could play, how much of a load we could take, because we both could commit full time to playing music. And I think in 3-4 months we hit 90 or so shows. So we were busy.
We were working.
It's a lot of sacrifice, and we're willing to do it again this year, especially with the album. So we got the first big one is we're heading to Las Vegas to play at the Westgate Resort and Casino on May 2nd. That's for the NA.
Just the two of you?
Yeah,
just the two of us.
Yep, just for the two of us. It's for NAFIC, which is a big insurance agency. It's their convention. So some locals got
Made it possible?
Yeah, they made it possible.
yeah.
Yep. You know who you are. Thank you very much.
you.
So we'll be out there, and then we come back in the
You
river
can say their
crab.
name. Go ahead.
Joy Collins and Jody
Creesh.
Jody Creesh,
Thank you.
member of Todd's church. She's helped us out
great.
a ton over these past few months. We owe her a lot.
Okay.
And then the River Crab's really our next big show.
That's a great deck.
It is, yes. Thank you to Martha Collins again for letting us in. I know I've been bugging her for the past few years.
Oh, that's all right.
We had a great time last year, and June 13th is going to be the date for that.
So you'll be on the deck, rain or shine, you'll be there.
Hopefully,
Wednesday
yeah.
evening, yeah.
Yep, Wednesday evening. And then we're working, as far as new venues, Tees Roadhouse, that's a new venue. Scott Light, the owner over there, has done a lot. There's a lot to do outdoors there, and they built a whole new outdoor bar, Tees West. They're starting to have entertainment
that
there. It's right on Gratiot there.
Okay.
So we played there a couple times last year, and we're working there in the Lexington Village Pub. And we learned we
You'll be
might.
in St. Clair at all?
Yeah. Oh, the same.
We're always at the Riverside,
Murphy's,
Murphy Inn.
Warwater over the summer, hopefully.
Okay. Very
So
good.
we'll be around.
Well, how about you give us a short song on the way out, and
Short song
we
on the
thank
way
you for coming by, and we'll be seeing you all over the community.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you will. Thank
That's
you
about it for this edition of the Focus program. Listen to these guys; they'll take us out.
Can we do a cover for this?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Want to do like take it easy?
Sure.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Windsor, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby. Don't say maybe. Oh, I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, though we may never be here again. So open up, I'm climbing in, and take it easy.